do in 2 weeks on November 2nd. We are going to be baptizing Brianna Herzog at her house. So we're going to do a potluck after the service. We will have a sign-up sheet in the back, so please sign up and enjoy that fellowship with us. And then we're going to travel out to Brianna and Matt's house to do that baptism. Also, girls and teenagers, if you would like, on December 6th, it's the first Friday in December, we're going to have a sleepover here. We're going to be making cookies. We're going to be decorating the church. We are on the tour for the historical churches for the Christmas this year. So we're going to deck out our church, and on December 7th, it's a Sunday afternoon, people are going to come and see our church decorated. So if you have any old decorations that you do not want to bring, we would love to have those to decorate out the church fully. Or if you have any that you would like to just let us borrow, just put your name on it somehow, tape it, put your name, that type of thing on it somehow, some way. And then we'll make sure you get it back by the end of the Christmas season. This past weekend, Friday and Saturday, we went over to Jim at Laclede Baptist Association Camp in Richland, Missouri. We have a few of the ladies, actually all the ladies here, that came to Jim with us. I'm very grateful for them. And we have only a few of our girls that went. We have a few more that's not here tonight that went, but some of the girls would like to tell you our experience. Who would like to go first? What did you like to do about something? What did you like to do? What did you learn about?
Just tell them about something you liked or something you liked.
I like to do the craft there.
The different projects.
The singing.
The singing.
On our way back, there was a leak in the emergency exit on the bus, and it was bad because we used a trash bag for holding the water, and we taped it on the ceiling with duct tape. And every time we went to we swerved, the water would splash on someone. So yeah.
Does Noelle want to say something?
No.
All right. I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about the projects that they worked on. Friday night we did have a missionary that came and spoke to us. She was a missionary that she spent 10 days every year in Ecuador, and loving on the children there and helping with construction projects. And then on Saturday we broke out in different groups, and one of the things that the girls worked on was they put ingredients in jars to make soup, and this would be sent to St. Louis to ACES Ministries, and that was one of the projects that the girls helped with. They also helped with making little treats for them to hand out for Halloween to trick-or-treaters, and that went to St. Louis area as well. And then they had build a dress or make a dress, and what they did there was they put kits together for women to sew dresses for the underprivileged, and that may be internationally or here in the States, either one, but they got to hear about what they used to make these dresses. They had samples of dresses that were made, and not only dresses, but they also made shorts for the boys, and they even used shirts, men's shirts, and you took the buttons off of those, and they used the yoke and the cuffs to make little smaller things to put to make sewing kits. So these were some of the things that the girls learned Friday and Saturday.
I just want to say we had an amazing time. We laughed so hard we cried. The bus adventure was definitely adventure. We definitely learned our MacGyver skills. For those of you who know who MacGyver is, duct tape and trash bag does work wonders, like Emmy said. It was so entertaining, but we had such a wonderful time with these girls and the fellowship. Ashley, God blessed us with her and her driving skills. We had to come through some really nasty storms on the way home yesterday. It took us almost 6 hours to get home on a 3-hour trip. We had a couple stops in between, but just the storms were that bad, but he kept us safe. She was white knuckling it the whole time, but God gave her the, the skills and everything and the patience to get us all home safely. So we are so grateful for her. And just the ability to share with these women and these girls and get to fellowship together and learn about the missions and everything. I learned lots of new things this weekend with the missionaries we met and stuff like that, and the different programs was just awesome. The stuff we learned about that I never even knew existed in the state of Missouri. So that was a lot of fun. So I was just very grateful that we got to share with these girls, and hopefully they got a little bit out of it and gave us a good chance to fellowship and learn about Christ. So anybody else?
I think the one thing that, being someone who does a lot of sewing, that I was really impressed was Build the Dress. And it is something that I think that our girls here could get involved with. And it's just, if it's nothing else than just collecting material, scrap material, it doesn't have to be very big pieces. In fact, they would prefer to have smaller pieces because the women cut them up, and the girls put the material and the elastic, everything that they needed to make the dress into a plastic bag, and then they will be sent to a group of women who that's all they will do will sew these dresses. And last year, I think it was, they sent like 5,000 dresses to missionaries, and a lot of these dresses go overseas, as Susan was saying, to underprivileged countries. And they had pictures of some of the children that how they normally dress and how they were dressed after they had received the dress that was made here in the United States. And they also put in the package a little thing about letting them know that God loves them, and it was a little symbol that goes on the dress itself. And they put pockets on the dresses, and they would put a little toy. If it was for a boy, they might put in a little car. If it was a girl, they would put in some kind of little stuffed animal, so that they would have something that they could call their own. And the expression on the kids' faces in the pictures was they were so appreciative of receiving something that was actually their own. And so I thought that might be something that we as a group here with our kids could do. Even if we don't make the dresses, I'd be willing to make dresses myself because I love to sew. But it would be something that we could put together and send to the group of women in southern Missouri that are doing this mission.
My mom popped the bubble.
After we got everybody's stuff out of the bus and we got the bus to my home, I popped the bubble, and it just was a stream of water into a 5-gallon bucket. I was able to work in an event for the rotation, so I didn't hear about the Dress the Girl or the Oasis or anything like that. But at the closing, Susan and Laura had to leave early. But at the closing, Abigail, our leader, told us on how many people these kids had reached this weekend. We had about 85 girls, and with that, we had over 116 leaders and staff. And so that's a big number for Jim. So we're praying that we can move somewhat centrally located in the state on a camp. That way we don't have to go 2.5 hours away down at Richland, Missouri. But anyways, at the end, she said that with these three different rotations, and they collected hats and gloves for the refugees, for the Oasis ministry, to give out to these people that don't know what cold weather is. And so with that, they made, and they're going to reach over 280 people to hopefully to learn more about God. On my rotation, I had a privilege to speak upon